So, this is going to be my very, very crucially honest maxace DMG review. I have had this knife for quite a few months now. Only had it functional for about 1 or 2 of them. I got it in April 2017, and it's a piece of crap. Now, I mean, sure, it's good quality stuff, and you would expect it to be pretty darn good. But, well, other than my horrible flipping, the knife is worse than that. This knife, for me, has failed twice now. And by failing, I mean it has lost hardware, hardware has broken on me, and it's been out of commission for a couple of months. However, what I will say is that maxace is wonderful with their customer service, and they did their best to help with their problem. However, the problem was simply the knife's a piece of crap. So mine is not going to have as much, it's going to have more play than most people, because right now I don't have it Loctite or anything, and I've got a broken piece of hardware in there to keep it so it stays functional until I get the new hardware. Anyways, so normally this knife would have no play, but within 2 hours of flipping the way I flip, it'll have handle play in that time. So I guess the first thing about it is it does flip quite nice. There we go. That is one of the things I do like about it. I like the balance of it. However, I mean, the Covenant makes this knife completely useless because it flips sort of like a Covenant, but everything about it is wrong. So the part that I have the biggest problem with is the hardware and the positioning of the hardware. So in these scales, they have, first of all, hidden Zen pins. Horrible idea. Hidden Zen pins, just if they fall out, they break. It's pretty crap. Next problem they have is they have a sex bolt inside of the handles. A tiny sex bolt too. And that sex bolt has a very, very common habit of falling out on you and popping out and kind of exploding the knife. And then my absolute least favorite part of the entire knife is, you see that little dent right here on the scale, right above the spacer? That's not from anything other than the fact that the sex bolt inside there is insanely sharp. And then second of all, the scales, they don't really sit there properly no matter how tight you get them. What happens is they jiggle around. And when the scales jiggle around, first of all, it makes the knife feel really, really, really non-solid. Especially if you're comparing it to something like an Alpha Beast. Second of all, it breaks the knife. The knife physically cannot flip or it gets broken because, well, you have those pieces that come out, and then you have those sex bolts that ruin the scales. And technically this is the second DMG that I've had. It's not like it's one knife that's failed on me twice, it's 2 knives. So the build quality of this thing is, the build way of it, the quality is good, but the build mechanics are trash. And so I'm beating it like there's no tomorrow. So then I have this problem. I don't know if this is just me getting very unlucky, but when I was flipping this knife about a month ago, I dropped it on carpet, and the head of the sex bolt, the male end, one of them just kind of snapped in half. And I'm hoping that's not something that's going to be a reoccurring instance. But it's something that happened and that really ruined my day. So this knife, I don't care how bad the Chimeras are. I'm pretty sure they're probably much better than the DMG. However, I'm not hating on maxace by all means. Maxace is a wonderful company. It's just their knives are crap. Or at least this one. The Covenant is a wonderful knife, actually. I love the Covenant. It's like the DMG, but lighter. It's got longer handles. And it's made of titanium. So it's pretty darn dope. Anyways, that was Conway Flip's extremely honest opinion on this knife. I mean, it's 440C blade steel. It's got G10 scales with 420C aligners. And a stupid sex bolt here, nothing here. Sex bolts in there. Hidden Zen pins. Everything about this knife feels wrong. Except for the flipping. And the way it looks. It does look absolutely gorgeous. But I don't really care anymore. Like, looks aren't everything. And yeah. All I gotta say.